This is probably the most fearsome news in the crypto industry. Binance, the #1 crypto exchange platform, might be getting into trouble bigger than FTX's capitulation. This video will explore the true nature of Binance's recent troubles and how things may turn out for CZ and the rest of the crypto market. Is Binance going to pull another FTX-like fallout? We say crypto problems are growing. Why? It's not every day that you see millions of people suddenly discover that billions of dollars worth of crypto investments they had entrusted to a platform are just gone. It's way out of proportion if you weigh the distrust surrounding it. The FTX saga wasn't pretty, and all signs point to a negative for the crypto industry going into 2023. Having Binance's name in the news has caused a crack in the confidence of crypto investors worldwide. Is Binance going to fold like FTX? No. At least not according to what's out there right now. Binance is not necessarily experiencing the heat for the same reason as FTX. The US authorities are pressing the necks of the executives of the world's largest crypto exchange by trading volume. Our money is probably safe. So, what's the real issue here? You may not be aware, but the United States has been on Binance's neck since it launched 4 years ago. Part of the problems that certain government agencies have with Binance and the rest of the crypto market is that the crypto market and the blockchain technology that drives it is out of the control of government-backed centralized agencies. It means every transaction could go unchecked, and criminal organizations could take advantage of it to conduct transactions. So, the last 4 years have seen U.S. prosecutors poke their noses into the events that happened around the time it suddenly burst into the limelight. They suspected that Binance could have been a tool for money laundering operations. Binance had done great to comply with regulatory agencies in Europe and America, cooperating with the FBI and other financial regulatory agencies to fully play the role of a centralized exchange. And the executives of Binance were aware of the ramifications of the creations being a tool for financial crimes. Binance CEO Zhengpeng Zhao and other top executives were implicated, considering their firm helped process the alleged transactions. The United Nations Department of Justice has been looking into Binance since 2018 with investigations to see how they might have committed infractions against the law. But before now, they have yet to conclude the proceedings for a case. They believe Binance has run afoul of the country's anti-money laundering regulations for reasons such as criminals using the platform to move money. About 3 different quarters of the DOJ office are looking into the matter. The National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team, the Office of the U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Washington, and the Money Laundering and Asset Recovery Section, also known as MLARS. These departments all agree on the possibility of an infraction, but they're at loggerheads on whether the current evidence is enough to prosecute Binance. Reuters report that Binance's defense attorneys who practice at Gibson's, Dunn & Crutcher law firm have communicated with the Justice Department about the possibility of plea deals. As it is, the U.S. authorities have 3 options. They must sue Binance and her top executives, including CZ, agree on a settlement fee, or choose not to take action and shut down the case. The issue between the authorities is that while some want to go on the attack against Binance with the meager evidence they have at hand, others think they need more evidence for a more successful charge in court. A decision to press would see individual criminal charges levied against CZ and others. Since Reuters published the headline, there hasn't been a lot of public information from the Justice Department, but Binance has downplayed the event as nothing out of the ordinary. A spokesperson for Binance stated the other crypto companies are also being reviewed and that regulators are vetting everyone, not just Binance. In their own words, they made it clear that they had always paid attention to providing security and compliance by scrutinizing every significant investment through the platforms. They have developed tools capable of detecting odd transactions that seem out of place. Such activity can then be reported to the necessary regulatory authorities. While there's a lot of back and forth on the subject, a class action lawsuit against Binance in any event will affect the crypto industry. If CZ gets arrested for whatever reason, it'll damage the value of many cryptocurrencies. People will likely go on a dumping spree, tanking the price of many cryptocurrencies whose price action has already weakened. Blaming CZ's Binance for FTX bankruptcy. FTX collapsed just a month ago, and many still blame CZ for his villainous role in the demise of Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto firm. You cannot expect there to be any grudges given CZ's decision to sell off FTT, the initial attempt to buy off FTX, and then pulling out at the last minute. Some think destroying a significant rival and competitor was intentional, as CZ and Binance played dirty. They're out for CZ's head to let FTX go bankrupt, and the entire crypto industry will likely suffer. That imagination is on the wild side, though. The last few days have yielded tweets suggesting that Binance users sell off all their tokens and ultimately crash Binance. If this were to happen, the end of 2022 promises to be tumultuous for the entire industry. It'll only do a little good for the newly developed blockchain industry, which is still in the womb. We're still wondering who will be blamed for the fall of FTX and the losses incurred by its users. There have already been several collateral victims of FTX's crash, such as Genesis and BlockFi, and these are just the two companies that have been announced publicly, so the list could be longer. Regulators still need to learn how to contend with this level of damage. A reoccurrence with Binance promises to be much more catastrophic. One CEO has already arranged to testify regarding his account of how his empire imploded overnight. The lawmakers have started asking him questions on the subject, and we're waiting to see if anything worthwhile will come out for FTX investors. Will Changpeng Zhao be arrested? SBF was seen as the Warren Buffett of the crypto industry, and his influence grew to celeb status. Many had already crowned him the king of crypto, giving his outspokenness. As his group collapsed, it left Binance and CZ as the apparent winners. CZ's involvement in the FTX saga might not be enough cause to drag him before a judge, but like his former rival, he could be set to face the law while SBF attempts to explain how he failed to protect his own users. Because of money laundering, CZ has to contend with nearly a dozen federal prosecutors. Whether CZ was actively involved in these criminal acts, he still has to face the music as the face of the organization that created a platform that handled such transactions. If the evidence is incriminating enough, CZ might face possible jail time for several counts of malpractice. If Binance isn't the only one facing such an investigation, it may seem fair to talk about it as if it were just a routine audit of these crypto platforms. But Binance has always been a subject of interest for regulators. They once requested that the company present internal files proving to the agencies how Binance waged war against money launderers. They also issued a written request to CZ to prevent details about his communications with other executives to look for information that may confirm or deny the existence of illegal transactions on the platform. The DOJ also believes Binance might have destroyed or altered incriminating documents to evade regulators. So a peek into each executive's messages and emails may show evidence of a command or discussion about the destruction, transfer, alteration, or removal of files belonging to the company regarding their dealings in the United States. This motion is backed by the Bank Secrecy Act, which allows the DOJ to request secret documents for any company subject to the act. What happens next may be ugly if they find what they're looking for. The impact of the Ripple Labs versus SEC case will be small compared to that of Binance, affecting not just one, but every cryptocurrency. A huge blow indeed. On the other hand, Binance continues to operate business as usual. They've begun to support crypto companies with cash flow problems, just like FTX did before they became insolvent, and the situation gets irredeemable. About $2 billion has gone out to this cause, and more may still be meted out to support the industry over the long bearish market. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope you learned something. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.